Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And today, I want to talk about why Black American stories keep going viral. Have you ever noticed that when a Black American story hits the internet, it doesn't just trend, it takes over the timeline. And every time it happens, people act surprised. But there's actually a real reason that our stories go viral, and it's deeper than people think. Our stories have a universal theme. That's the first thing. Black American stories are some of the most universal stories in this country. Whether people realize it or not, our history is the blueprint for America's biggest themes: struggle, reinvention, resilience, creativity, survival, and transformation. We are at the forefront of all of that. Those are the same themes that make movies blow up. That's why when people think this Black American movie is not going to do well, and it'll be number one at the box office that week, and the next week, and the next week, it's the reason why a Black American song will chart and be number one all over the world. So when a Black American story surfaces, people recognize those themes immediately, even if they don't have the language for it. So when Kendrick Lamar goes all over the world touring, the stadiums are full. Beyonce, same thing. Tina Turner used to sell out. They sell out all over the world because there is something about the Black American experience that resonates with people all over the world. And I have to repeat this for emphasis. Black American culture is at the center of America's number one global export category, which is cultural influence. If you break it down, it's Black American music, sports, Black American athletes, fashion and aesthetics, Black American style, digital culture, which includes memes, slangs, humor, and storytelling patterns, and entertainment. Black American narratives and performers anchor global appeal. So it's all about the Black American culture, how we do things, how we make music, how we play any kind of sport, the fashion, the styles, even makeup. All of this stuff comes back to the Black American community and is fascinating to the world. And that is why what we do goes viral, because the world is listening and the world is watching. In other words, Black American culture is the most influential component of America's most influential export. It's not just high on the list, it is the cultural engine behind the export category that shapes how the world sees America. That is powerful. And that is why our stories go viral. There's another thing about our culture, and there is an emotional truth in our culture. The internet runs on emotion, not logic, not facts, emotion. And Black American stories carry emotional truth in a way that's raw, layered, and human. Our stories resonate with human beings because they're human. They are feelings that everybody feels. Some cultures are very closed and closeted, and they don't show emotion. They feel the emotion, but they don't show it. But in our culture, we show it. And here's what makes us unique: we are singular, but we're also universal. We're familiar, but we're also original. We're the human story in its rawest form, told through a lens that only Black Americans can provide. Everybody knows that we came to the United States in slave ships. And if you didn't come that way, I'm not talking about you. And yet we have become probably the most well known people in the world. And we did it by being our authentic selves. We didn't have anything to work with but ourselves. And that was enough. So when our stories go viral, it's not because they're trendy, it's because they're deeply human and beautifully unique at the same time. People recognize the humanity and they're drawn to the originality. That's what makes us relatable. That's what makes our stories unforgettable. Now, here's another human aspect of Black Americans that resonates with the world, and that is the redemption stories that we have. Whether it's the Banner twins that I talked about a few days ago, reclaiming their family's land, or an athlete rebuilding their confidence, or a historical figure finally getting their respect, Black American redemption stories carry weight. They're not just about one person. They're about generations. They're about possibility. They're about proving that being counted out isn't the end of the story. And the world is catching up. And honestly, part of the reason these stories go viral now is because the world is finally catching up. For so long, our stories were ignored, they were buried or filtered through somebody else's lens. But social media removed the gatekeepers. Now, when something powerful happens in our community, it doesn't have to wait for permission to be seen or be told by somebody else. People are really hungry for the truth, hungry for the context and the humanity. And our stories have all of that. We have the truth, we have the context, and most of all, we have the humanity. Many people who don't know about us think that our history is something to be ashamed of, the slave history I'm talking about. I hear Black Americans coming on social media now saying stuff like, my family wasn't enslaved. I can't find any slaves in my background. And that's their claim to fame. They were already here. They are indigenous, they are Indians, and there are no enslaved people in their background. But there are others who do have enslaved people in their background, as do I. And some of the most successful, outstanding, powerful Black Americans have enslaved relatives in their background. And the spirit and the drive and the faith of those people have spurred them into some of the highest echelons of the American society. But what people don't understand is that the only place that you can find what happened to us is in the Bible, whether you believe the Bible or not. That's the only place that you can find what happened to us. And what people don't understand about us, and this is what makes us unique, we were given the tools that we needed for survival. Not only for survival, but to be able to thrive. And not only thrive, but be able to influence the world. You can't do that by living an easy life or begging or running from place to place. You have to stand on principle. You have to stand on faith. And that is something that Black Americans have been able to do in this country. We have been able to stand on principle and stand on faith. And as the song says, when you've done all you can, you just stand. And that's what we did. We didn't run. And that's how we have become the people that we are. And that is why the world is interested in us. Okay, y'all. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video and have a great day.